Wait a second. Did we do it? Did we do a thing? Here we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we're here.
We're here, ladies and gents.
Oh, yes.
Maybe
A little later than usual, but we're here.
Yeah, we told everybody that we were going to be later.
So we'll be here later, yeah.
That's better.
That's better, yes. What a great day we had today.
Oh, my goodness. We sure did.
So much fun.
Hey, everybody out there. We're just, we went ahead and just posted on social media that we're live. So hopefully everybody's going to be joining us pretty soon. But welcome to the All for Sci-Fi weekly webcast, where an hour later, I'm your host, Eric Walker. And
I am Captain Rickster.
Yes, Mr. Captain Rickster there. And today is Saturday, January 15th. Right, Captain Rickster?
I guess so.
Who knows? And we might be broadcasting from Woodland Hills, California.
That's true.
Maybe we might be doing that too.
Might be on a different planet for all we know at the moment.
Right? Well, we were on a different planet.
Yes,
earlier. We were on Batu.
That's right. We were on Batu.
We were on Batu, and we helped the resistance. The resistance against the First Order.
That's right.
And we went on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Finn said we did a good job.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Finn said he guessed he could call us resistance fighters now.
Yep.
Yes, you are qualified to say that. Thank you, Finn.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
But thank you guys for joining us. Today we're going to talk about, of course, the Book of Boba Fett. Yes.
Yep.
Episode 3, The Streets of Mos Espa is the episode. And we're also going to talk about Star Trek Prodigy, the Nickelodeon cartoon that's streaming on Paramount Network and CBS as well.
Yep.
CBS streaming. And that episode was called First Contact.
Yep.
So we got a little bit to talk about today. Lots of stuff is happening news-wise out there.
Always a lot of news.
A lot of
good science fiction.
Lots of great stuff coming up. We went over a little bit of that in last week's episode.
Yep.
Our first sci-fi movie is going to be Mobius. On January 28th. Yes. So if this is the first time you ever joined our webcast, you somehow ran across it, please remember to hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we go live and stream live. Not only that, we're fun. We like to.
Oh yes.
Captain Rickster and I, he's a goofball and I'm a nerd.
That's true.
We like to kid each other as well.
That's right.
And
I like to get him going.
He gets me going. I'm an easy target, though.
Oh yes.
I fully admit that. And we not only do reviews of the latest sci-fi TV shows, like today we're talking about the Book of Boba Fett and Star Trek, but we also review movies, other stuff that's streaming as well. That's why we're called All for Sci-Fi. It's not just it's not just a Star Wars, not just a Star Trek, not just what else other stuff out there? Not just like
there's a lot of stuff out there.
Stargate. Podcast. It's all for sci-fi, so it's everything sci-fi.
That's right.
And
no matter what it is, sci-fi. We'll go out there and we'll
even fantasy, action, adventure. So stuff like Willow and other stuff as well.
It's coming out soon, by the way.
Oh, it just finished. I understand. Just finished filming the series. So congratulations to Mr. Warwick Davis, a good friend of mine. Just finished the Willow filming the Willow series for Disney Plus. I know you're going to do a great job. And excited to see that when it comes out.
Oh, yes.
Today we had quite an interesting adventure.
Of course we did. A very awesome adventure today, actually.
We played host at Disneyland.
Yes, we did.
For me, it's a fellow Star Wars alumni.
Yep.
For you, you know him as what was that character? He was Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
You know him as Salacious B. Crumb, Mr. Mark Dotson.
That's right.
So we were with him at Disneyland today. I didn't want to say who he was with, but now we could say it because we already did it. No, you will not be seeing the footage.
That's right.
But we had a great time. That's something for private, for private reasons. But we had a great time. Mark's a great guy. We got to meet Debbie. Debbie's a great woman. You guys look like a great couple.
Yep.
So we're hoping that things go well for you two. So, but we got to go on the Rise of Resistance.
Oh yeah.
Again.
And a lot of other rides too, besides just that one.
Yes, Star Tour, Space Mountain.
Star Tour had a new
It wasn't new. It was a very old one.
It's old
but it's one we hadn't seen
in a while. What do you call those things anyway?
They
Programs?
got different adventures, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
On Star Tours, sometimes, like today, it was the one with, it was like around the time of where they had the Gungans, because Jar Jar Binks showed up in it. Other times it might be on a Wookiee planet. Today we were on Naboo.
Yep.
And where else were we? A couple different places.
Oh, yeah, we were in. What was that? What was that water world we were at?
Oh, we were on Tatooine.
Tatooine, yeah.
We were on Tatooine before we went there, and we did the pod racing thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
So this was
that was great.
Yeah, the pod racing was great.
Great.
And then after that, we were on Naboo. So it was a cool. What I like a lot about Star Tours is they have all these different adventures.
Oh yes.
It seems like they change it every time we go.
No
so
kidding.
you always go to it. It's when we come to Disneyland, it's our first go-to.
You got that part right. First thing is Star Wars we go to.
It's first ride that we always go on because it's in Tomorrowland.
Yep.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, but we had a great time entertaining Mark Dodson. Thank you for letting us do that, Mark.
Yes.
It was our pleasure to be there at
we had a great
Disneyland.
Time. All four of us had a great time together.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about. Let's go ahead and get right into the episodes.
All right.
We're not going to wait. I know we started late, so some of you might miss the podcast. If you join us while we're doing it, leave a comment below if you want to join in on the discussion as well, because we're going to be discussing. So if you haven't seen the episodes, watch it anyway. I mean, we have spoilers here, guys.
Oh yes.
Back in the day when I was growing up and I did movie reviews and discussions, they didn't call them spoilers. They were talking. They're called movie reviews, guys.
Movie reviews
right?
back then, yeah.
Yeah. Now they're spoilers, and people get butthurt if we tell them about. Well, we're talking about give it a review, and we're talking about the show. Yeah. So I mean, it's okay if you don't want spoilers, but that's what we're going to give you. So let's go ahead and talk about Star Trek Prodigy First Contact.
Yes.
As a lot of you know, at All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best you can get. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend
That's definitely true.
it. This episode of Star Trek Prodigy First Contact gets official All for Sci-Fi rating of. I kind of like this episode. I'm going to give it 4.45 stars. What do you give it?
I'll probably give it 4.25. I didn't like it all that much.
Okay,
but it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was.
It's kind of a kid show.
It was a kid show, but it was good. I like the interaction of all the characters, which was really good this time than it was on the last one.
It had some mystical elements this time, and we're going to talk about that. Basically, what happens is they're traveling, and here we go. We're going to talk about that. So here comes the spoilers. By the way, I'm glad you didn't agree with me because I don't have to knock your teeth out now.
What teeth?
1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Man, no teeth.
I have to knock your teeth out. You're funny. Okay, so it starts off with the main character, the Captain Wannabe, Dell or whatever his name is. I gotta remember his name. Maybe I have to write it down.
Yes.
Anyway, he gets a distressed call from a ship, and he recognizes the distress call as being from because he heard it before because it was from a Ferengi who was like an adopted parent who raised him.
Yep.
So he's coming up, and he ends up going to where they're at. The Ferengis at. They travel to them. They beam over. His friends get to see where he used to stare at the stars. Apparently, his place was in the engine room.
Yep. Which
was real cramped or whatever.
Yep. And very few starlights.
Right. And of course, wouldn't you know it, a Ferengi has a plan to get these crystals. And it's a planet that's never been visited, that no one's made first contact. That's why the first contact.
Right.
Nobody's visited. And she's talking about she just wants one of their crystals because she could sell it for a fortune. And the Captain Dell ends up convincing the rest of the crew to go ahead and do it. Janeway, of course, says there's certain protocols
Right.
in Starfleet. You must not do it, and you must not make first contact like that because it could damage the civilization forever.
Yep.
That's why they have strict protocols. When you're doing first contact, of course, he convinces the crew to go ahead and do it because they think they're going to do a culture exchange thing and give something in return. Maybe they'll get that crystal that the Ferengi wants. So they end up going there. They beam down. It's a weird, like, deserty planet.
Yeah.
And the sand's moving. And later they find out that they're moving the sand through harmonics.
Yes.
And these crystals are moving, making it move. And while they're there, the Ferengi grabs one of them and starts grabbing some of the stuff, 2 or 3 of them. And it damaged it. Basically, it hurt them forever. They really messed up doing what they did.
Yes, they did.
So they go back to the ship. What else happened in the episode? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, remember they wrestled.
Right.
All of them fell out, and they put them all back up except one.
Right.
He escaped to get the one, and so they had to chase him out of that. What do they call that building? I guess
it was like they were like made out of sand and stuff. Yeah.
And they got to it, and they didn't get to the ship in time, because the Ferengi took off. But then the kid got smart. He got back to his ship, and they used the transporter to transport the jewel back down to them, and the other people put it back up again, and all the jewels were saved.
Yeah, no, they learned a valuable lesson too.
Very valuable lesson on that one. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good show. Star Trek Prodigy. It's a great show for kids. It may not be your cup of tea. Obviously, Lower Decks is more my cup of tea because it's adult oriented. But it's definitely kid friendly. I recommend having kids watch the show. Definitely good for that.
Yep.
And that's about it basically. It's a 24-minute episode, so
it was a short one.
Yeah.
It was so good.
All of them are. Those are all short because they're for Nickelodeon. Okay, speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about the Book of Boba Fett. Speaking about being too short.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. 39 minutes again?
Yes. It's just like the first one you gave it.
Yeah, and then you redeemed yourself. All of them need to be that. Need to be 50 minutes or more. We want more. We want more. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and Robert Rodriguez.
We want more. Left.
I know, and now I understand it's only 7. It's not 8.
Yeah, seven episodes. We got 4 episodes left.
Craziness. It's just craziness.
It is.
So, Book of Boba Fett. This episode is episode 3. It's called The Streets of Mos Espa. Yeah. At All for Sci-Fi, we have official, of course, the rating 0 to 5 stars, 5 stars being the best. If it's 3 or below, we don't recommend it. This particular episode probably I'm not going to say I'm going to say it's my least favorite out of the 3.
Yeah, so far.
I'm going to go ahead and give it the official All for Sci-Fi rating. Episode 3, Book of Boba Fett gets 4 1/4. 4.25 stars. What do you give it, Captain Extra?
I'm going to give it a 4.0. It's not the best episode so far, like you said. And it's disappointing because it's not long enough. It's disappointing because the way they edited it too.
Look, don't get me wrong. I love it to death. I even love a lot of the elements in this episode. Of course, we got to see the twins again, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was good.
We got to see that little baby Rancor at the end. That was great. We got to see Black Carsanta again.
Yeah, Carsanta was there.
Was there, and then we got introduced to these kids.
Yeah.
These who are, I guess, are the equivalent to what we call millennials.
Throwback to the Back to the Future kids.
Oh, well, that's what you read online. They were making fun of that. That's like the Biff gang, right, from Back to the Future. I just not buy it. They're too clean cut.
Yeah.
They don't,
and
the episode's called The Streets of Mos Espa. Why are their little Vespa, little speeder things so clean and so
I know, they're not
pristine,
even dirty,
and
anything else?
And if and the way the guy was describing these thugs to Boba Fett in the beginning of it, like he needed help, the water trader. They didn't look like thugs to me.
No, look like normal kids.
They are my biggest problem with this episode. Hopefully those kids redeem themselves by the end. But one of the things that I'm noticing is they keep setting stuff up and then they kill it.
Yes, they do.
That's my biggest problem. It's like they set up that there's going to be this war with the twins, and they even bring in Black Crescenta, and then suddenly, there was something else before that even, and they killed this. Oh, and then also they're showing one of the best elements they killed off the show.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have done that, and that's the Tuscans, because during the flashbacks, we learned how he became a part of the Tuscan tribe, and he's a part of them. And then during the quick flashbacks in this episode, you see him, riding on that bantha,
which is nice,
like he's Mr. King. He's going to the Pikes. He's going to get their money from him. Yeah, the Pikes say, no, somebody else claimed it. It's the guys you stole the bikes from that you kicked their butt anyway. And I'm thinking, oh, great, he's going to go kick their butt, right?
Again.
With the Tuscans. And he's on his way back to probably do something. So to help them, he looks up, you see some smoke, and he gets there, and they're dead.
All dead.
He gets there, and they're all been murdered, just like Luke's uncle and Uncle Owen. Remember how Luke's...
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of reminded me of A New Hope.
Yeah.
A little bit, but it's like, I don't know. Why did you? And when he was talking to the Pikes, the chief Pike guy there, who I know the guy who does the voice for that, by the way, great job still. While he was talking to him, he was telling him the Tuscans way outnumber these people. Well, if they way outnumber these people, how do these guys slaughter and murder all of them? So that didn't make any sense.
That make no sense.
And it's like, did you kill them off so that we could get away from that part of the flashbacks? I mean, come on. This episode is great on so many levels, but from a story perspective, it kind of surprised me.
Yes.
Because Jon Favreau, you're a great writer.
Mm-hmm.
You're brilliant.
Yes, he is.
Why did you do this? It's your piece. Hopefully there's bigger payoffs. We'll see in future episodes when we're doing a review.
What happens? See what's next about the war.
But then you killed them, right? So they can't. Because I was thinking maybe when this war happened, the Tuscans were going to come and help Boba Fett.
But that ain't gonna happen.
If they're all dead, how are they going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Right. And Bob's just weighed in. Bob says, "Hey, Bob, how you doing?" Bob just weighed in. Let's see what Bob said. There were 2 filming mistakes in a town in the episode. Did you guys catch them? Yeah, I didn't catch them, Bob, but please put them in the comments below. Sure. I'd like to know because I'm going to watch the episode again.
So am I.
But then, we got to come back to reality. And then he gets waked up by Black Crescenta.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking,
wake up.
Oh, wow, I'm thinking this is going to be a great battle. He's going to beat him up. They're going to beat each other up. He's almost getting... Why is Boba Fett always getting his ass kicked?
Yeah, really?
He's this badass bounty hunter who, even in the Mandalorian, was kicking so much ass to the stormtroopers. They got scared and half of them ran away and ran into the ship.
That's right.
And then after they ran and got in the ship and took off because they were afraid of him, he blew them out of the sky. Remember?
Yeah.
In the Mandalorian. Yeah. And this guy, he's just getting beat up to be thrown in the tank the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, the new shiny little pennies, the kids that look weak, helped him.
Yes.
Enough that they cornered him, and then Finnick saved the day because Finnick, my girl, she grabbed the thing and threw it, and he fell down into the Rancor pit.
Oh yes.
Which is empty.
Of course.
Yeah, he's talking about the 2 buildings that you see. There are 2 buildings that you could see into. If you remember what scene that is, please put down what scene that takes place in, and then that way when we rewatch it.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, so that happens, and then the next day we get the twins again, and I'm all excited. But the twins, who are these great they're the Hutts. They're crime bosses. Oh, they're so sorry that they sent Black Chrysanthemum to kill you. We've been fooled by the mayor too, who's fooling you, and he's promised it to another bunch of mob people, the Pikes. Oh, by the way, we're so sorry. We're going to give you a baby Rancor. That was a cool gift.
That was a cool gift.
But who came with the baby Rancor? One of my favorite parts of the episode.
Yes.
Machete himself. Danny Trejo. I like that part of it. That was a nice touch. The baby Rancor was sort of a nice touch too. But now they said you could do whatever you want with Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
But Boba Fett just gives him his talking and says to him, don't work for bad people, but get out of here.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And lets him go.
That's right. Okay.
So again,
he's the bad guy himself.
They keep getting rid of the best elements. Now the twins aren't gonna be there. The Hutt twins aren't gonna be there. Now, where did I have a feeling that Black Chrysanthemum is somehow gonna come back and help Boba Fett.
Yes.
If he does, and you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh on this episode.
I don't think so.
But if you bring Black Chrysanthemum back later and he helps, and you bring some of the Tuscans back, and maybe they didn't all get murdered,
true,
then I'm okay with it. Yeah. But I mean, I had so many issues. I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but why are they killing everything? Yeah. Why are they like killing
everybody off?
They're I want to see more Black Chrysanthemum. Yeah. I want to see more Tuscans. Overall, hey guys, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Yeah,
I want to see.
I love it. I still love the episode. It's still why I got 4.25 stars, which is higher than most things get.
Yeah.
That's out there, sci-fi. But I just don't know where it's going to go, Captain Rick.
I don't either.
You know what? Surprises, please, guys. Please, let's pick it up.
Yeah, keep the surprises coming.
The only thing I don't like about it is the killing off of the Tuscans, the getting rid of the Hutts, getting rid of Black Chrysanthemum. Yeah. It's like and they have these shiny new kids there, which I don't care for too much.
No.
Everything else I love.
Yeah.
Other than that.
This is great.
Oh, Darth Sidious is here. Hey, Darth. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on. Darth Sidious. Thanks for joining. Hey, and Jimmy's here. Jim.
Hey, Eric. Hi, Jim.
Jim's here. He thought it was a pretty good episode. Enjoyed the Speeder Gang. Reminded me of Fall Jobbins Gang of Punks. Okay.
From the 80s droid cartoon.
Okay. I didn't care too much for. I kind of liked the girl.
Girl was nice. These are half robots, half human.
I kind of like them, but my issue with them is that speed chase didn't work for me.
No.
It seemed too slow. Yeah. Let's see where they go with it. Maybe they'll redeem. Maybe they'll get better. A lot of people are complaining and think they're part of the back. They look like the Back to the Future kid or whatever. Oh, Jim's here too. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
So, again, I gave it 4.25 stars. I think it's a great episode. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's going to go, and it was just too short for me.
Way too short.
I just hope it's longer. Episode. I hope the next episodes coming along are longer. That is my hope.
Yes.
If you missed the earlier part of the podcast, we were talking today. We were with the guy who plays Salacious B. Crumb, a good friend of mine, Mark Dotson. Yep. We went to Disneyland and we were showing him and his girlfriend Debbie around Galaxy's Edge, and that was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
So
a little wet, but it was cool.
It rained a little today, which was good.
No biggie. Didn't hurt.
So other than that, I do love it. I love the music. I love the editing. I love the special effects. One of the things I'm enjoying about watching the Book of Boba Fett, and maybe some of you guys feel the same way too, is I feel like Star Wars is new again.
Oh, yes.
It's I can't wait until the next episode. So maybe they'll have a different creature in there that we haven't seen. Or maybe a different character. Like, since Black Chrysanthemum was in there, I was thinking maybe we'll get Dr. Aphra there.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's great about all of this. And we should all be happy because it's still Star Wars. It's still better than everything else.
Very true.
Yeah, out there for the most part. Star Trek is great too. It's great as well. But it's great to get sci-fi, and that's what we're here for, to discuss sci-fi. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy says he's been patient with the show, but episode 4 needs to be pretty epic.
Yeah, that's
I agree with you.
100%.
I agree with you. And Captain Richter and I were talking about The Mandalorian. I don't remember people complaining about The Mandalorian, any of the episodes. No. And we're getting some backlash from certain people. But I agree with you, Jim. I hope episode 4 is epic. Bob says, one was 33-minute mark when the scooter goes around the building. You could see, it's around a 33-minute mark. Okay, We'll check that out. Bob is saying that there's some continuity problems you could see inside buildings. So at 33 minutes in, he's saying, look at it. They messed up in the editing. That's a continuity thing. This show does have continuity issues. Yes, like in episode 1, the Gamorrean guards are walking. When they first come out of the bar, they're right behind them. And then suddenly the next shot, they disappear. So, and they had to do that so later they could come and save them. But there's little things in it. That's okay.
Little things.
It happens. That's part of filmmaking. People make mistakes. But
editors make mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. Or they do it for a reason, because they needed to come in later. And they probably might have cut a scene out where he told them to go do something.
Right.
For time.
For time, yes.
Yeah. When an episode was too short, so they should have left it in.
I know, yeah.
But
anything else that you cut out, they should have left in.
Yeah. So my hope is the next episode of Book of Boba Fett is epic. I hope to see other creatures again.
Oh yeah.
Bring on many different creatures. Would love it. Just hope that if I want to see some action, more action.
More action when we have been seeing.
Yeah. Enough of this talking stuff. The storylines have been good, but let's get some action. If they're going to war, let's see them go to war. I don't want to see them suddenly discussing stuff around a table.
Yeah,
and then nothing happens.
Peace talks.
Yeah.
Starting no war.
I want to see some epic action. Today, when we were on Star Tours at Disneyland, they were doing the pod racing, and I remember Tatooine has pod racing. So wouldn't it be cool if somehow they brought the pod racing in? I know they're not trying to necessarily do stuff from the prequels, but if they did that, that would be great. If they did that, bring in some pod racing, that was cool.
Yeah.
See what Bob says. Bob says there is another one, but sure the time. But there's no roof on another building. You could see it. Okay. Well, we're going to check those things out, Bob. Thanks for pointing those out. Hey, Mike's here. Hey. It's okay, Mike. We were late today, too. We're an hour late because we were entertaining Mark Dodson at Disneyland. The guy that did the voice of Salacious B. Crumb. He also did the voice of Teak. A lot of people don't know that, but he was the voice of Teak in Ewoks: The Battle for Endor, in the second movie. We both were in the same movie together. You were at Disneyland. About a lost cat. Cool. Yeah. I wish I would have known that. Maybe you missed it, but on the last webcast last week, we mentioned if you contacted us, we were going to be with a Star Wars alumni, and maybe you could meet them. So it would have been great if Mark's still there. It's too bad you're not there. I'd probably text him and tell him to go meet with you.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. We got on the Rise of the Resistance. We mentioned Star Tours because we're talking about Book of Boba Fett. We got the Tatooine one, and also where they went to Naboo after that. But let's do some pod racing or let's get some action going.
Good action.
Yeah.
At least this time, Mike, the Rise of Resistance wasn't broken down.
The Rise of Resistance wasn't broken down. So, but it was great to see Mark Dodson loved the Rise of the Resistance.
Oh yeah.
He was freaking out. He goes, "You're right. That is the best ride of ever."
Him and his girlfriend both.
Yeah. They just wouldn't stop. Oh my God, it's so great. We wouldn't stop for 10 minutes. It was.
Yes, it was.
Let's see what Darth Sidious is saying. I enjoy the series, but it feels like too many flashbacks, and the cast is heavy on what would be secondary characters in movies. Even Boba himself doesn't feel like a lead role. Good point.
That's definitely a good point.
Good point. Okay. I hope that they're done with the flashbacks from here on out, because I don't want it to become like WandaVision where half the season is flashback.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But I think it's important to explain a little bit of Boba's character.
Yeah.
So I was happy to get it a little bit of flashback so we see how he got out of the Sarlacc pit, see how the Tuskens helped him. But now it's time to move on. So
I'm pretty sure it's time to move on because they're all dead now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we all love Salacious Antique, both voices for sure. And while we're talking, I was telling him in the book of Boba Fett, there's a lot of creatures, so he should be doing voices.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I was telling him, and Matthew Wood, if you ever run across our episodes, Mark's going to call you because you need to get Mark doing some of these voices on the book of Boba Fett or some of the other stuff coming up because he's a great voice talent. No, it wasn't. That's okay, Mike. He forgot about it. But and he's asking, was that Mark's first time? No, Mark had been to Disneyland before.
Yeah.
I think he had actually been to Galaxy's Edge, but not here in Florida. He went to
Florida, yeah.
He went to Galaxy's Edge. But it was the first time he went on the Rise of Resistance,
yeah.
Which was cool. So there's someone here. It looks like someone's spamming. I'm going to block this user. This person just put like some link in our thing in the middle of our podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, please don't put links to dating sites while we're doing a live.
Yeah, really.
We're doing a live webcast because that person I blocked before not on live stuff. They're posting stuff on there. Yeah, that's about it, guys. That's we had a great week. Next week. We'll be back at 3:00 next week.
Yes.
So I'm glad some of you got a chance to join in, and join in on the discussion. Book of Boba Fett this episode got 4.25 stars. What did you give it again?
4.0.
4.0. But overall, it's still a great show. We're hoping it pays off on the next episode. Oh, Buddy's here. Hey, Buddy.
Hey, Buddy.
Buddy Mix. Buddy Mix is talking about how the new album's coming along. Buddy, last week we actually played on our webcast a few of the snippets of the songs we worked on.
Yep.
Buddy Mix is ACM, by the way, everybody. He's the Alpha Centauri man. So yeah, the album's coming along good. I'm meeting with and turning it over to do some mixing. So yeah, but yeah, overall, yeah, I agree with you, Mike. It's still a good show.
Yeah.
I'm happy again because it's made Star Wars new again. We're excited. I can't, when I wake up, I can't wait to turn it on. I won't even go to work until I watch the Book of Boba Fett episode when I wake up on Wednesday.
That's definitely true.
So, it's like sometimes I can't wait. I want to stay up and watch it at night, but you guys all know I'm a rooster. I go to bed at sunset and wake up at sunrise.
Yeah, when sunrise comes along,
I'm not a night person, so
it crows when it comes around sunrise.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we played, but Mike is saying, Mike is telling you he loves the new songs. We played a snippet of it, a couple of snippets of it last episode. So, okay, so that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Bob has another question. Bob says, "How about the rumor of a certain person filming both?" What's rumor, Bob? Because there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rumors.
Which rumor are you talking about? Person filming in the episode. Are you talking about Dr. Aphra? So. Oh, that's a good question. Darth has a good question. Darth, you guys think Boba will have any crossover cameos? Mando, Ahsoka, Kenobi, etc. I think so. I really think that there's going to be some cameos before the end of the season. I think Mando.
Yeah, Mando.
I think when this war happens, I think that Boba Fett's going to need help. So Boba Fett's going to reach out to the Mandalorians. So I'm pretty sure Mando's going to be on there. I think even Bo-Katan might come to the rescue. Or some more Mandalorians. I think he's going to need help. Harrison Ford. Was it for the Book of Boba Fett that he filmed? I heard
rumors.
I heard a rumor that Harrison Ford did do some filming, but I'm not sure it was for the Book of Boba Fett.
I think it was for Obi-Wan. Kenobi shoot.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think so, but we'll see. I know Harrison, it's rumored that he did do some filming, so.
He did. 3 days worth.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And yeah, that's true as well, Mike. I think that Boba might also have some cameos in the Kenobi series as well. Yeah, there's gonna be some crossover because it's all the same filmmakers. It's Jon Favreau, it's Dave Filoni, pretty much spearheading it. And on the Book of Boba Fett, the other executive producer and showrunner is Robert Rodriguez. Yeah. On Kenobi, I don't know who's doing it other than Deborah Chow is directing every episode,
right?
Which I think is a good idea. I think it's good to. I know it's worked on The Mandalorian to have different directors on different episodes. But I think it's also a good thing to have one director direct the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested to see what Deborah Chow does with the Kenobi series. But I'm real excited about it. I think it's going to be. I think that one's going to be pretty awesome.
Right.
So, okay, guys, thank you guys for joining us again here at All for Sci-Fi. As always, we say at the end of our podcast, do one act of kindness out there, because when you do something kind to someone else, we believe it spreads.
Yes.
It makes the world a better place. It doesn't have to be, you're giving someone some money. It could be just saying hello, asking someone how they're doing, just be a better person. If you can do something like help an old lady carry groceries, or if there's a neighbor who's been sick, maybe they didn't mow their lawn, maybe you can mow their lawn or help them take out their trash. That's great as well.
Yeah.
We believe spreading love will help the world become a better place.
Mm-hmm.
As always, may the Force be with you. Actually, the Force will be with you always.
Yes.
Live long and prosper, as they say for Trekkies.
Yep.
And may God bless you.
That's right. Have a safe week. We'll see you back next week. Bright and early. We'll be at 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock.
We'll be back on time next week, guys.
So, have a great week at work and fun. Do whatever you got to do. Just I know Monday's a holiday. I don't know how people are working, but have a great time.
King holidays on Monday. Yeah.
All right. That's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Let's all. We can't wait for this next episode.
That's
Make
right.
it epic. Make it epic, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, Robert Rodriguez.
Yep.
It's been fun having you guys. We'll see you next week at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Bye for now.